everyone. Today, we're going to discuss an important topic that not many people talk about. Why, even though they eat well and exercise regularly, many seniors still feel their legs getting weaker over time. Many of us still believe that all types of fruits are good for our health. However, in reality, some fruits, even though they are rich in vitamins and minerals, can quietly weaken the leg health of seniors. This is something not many are aware of. According to a recent study from the Journal of Geriatric Medicine, a diet high in sugar, including natural sugars from fruit, is directly linked to muscle strength decline in people over 65 years old. This is especially true for the muscles in the legs, which are responsible for balance and mobility. In today's video, we will explore 7 common fruits that might be quietly weakening your leg strength. I'll explain how they affect you, the symptoms to watch out for, and most importantly, how to consume them safely or healthier alternatives. Remember, knowledge is power. Understanding what you put into your body can help you maintain better leg health, move with confidence, and enjoy a long, independent life. Let's begin this journey of discovery. The first fruit we need to discuss is pineapple. Many people know pineapple as a fruit rich in vitamin C and manganese, famous for its anti-inflammatory properties. However, for seniors, pineapple can have some undesirable effects on leg health. Pineapple contains a special enzyme called bromelain, known for its anti-inflammatory effects. But this is a double-edged sword. While bromelain can help reduce inflammation in some people, for seniors, especially those with sensitive digestive systems, it can irritate the lining of the stomach and intestines. When the lining becomes irritated, the body responds by producing inflammatory substances. These substances then enter the bloodstream and can accumulate in sensitive tissues, including the joints and muscles in the legs. This is why some seniors experience leg pain after eating pineapple. In addition, pineapple has a relatively high natural sugar content. When consumed, this sugar quickly enters the bloodstream, causing a sudden spike in blood sugar. For seniors who often have poor blood sugar regulation, this can lead to prolonged high blood sugar levels. This can damage small blood vessels in the legs, reducing blood circulation and gradually weakening leg muscles. Symptoms to watch out for after eating pineapple include unexplained leg pain, fatigue in the legs after a short walk, or mild swelling in the feet and ankles. However, this doesn't mean you have to completely give up pineapple. Instead, consume it in moderation, about a small slice at a time, and always pair it with protein, such as Greek yogurt or cottage cheese, to slow down the absorption of sugar. It's also best to eat pineapple in the middle of the day rather than at night, so the body has time to process the sugar before resting. Next on our list is the banana, a fruit loved by many seniors because it's easy to eat and rich in potassium. But is banana really good for your leg health? Bananas are known for being an excellent source of potassium, an essential mineral for muscle function. However, what many don't know is that bananas also contain a relatively high amount of digestible sugars and carbohydrates. A medium banana contains about 14 to 15 grams of natural sugar, primarily glucose, fructose, and sucrose. For seniors, the body's ability to handle sugar is often less efficient. When bananas are consumed, their sugars are quickly absorbed into the bloodstream, causing a sudden spike in blood sugar. Over time, chronic high blood sugar can lead to insulin resistance, which is a contributing factor to chronic inflammation in the body. This chronic inflammation especially affects the tissues in the legs, where much of the body's weight is supported. As a result, the muscles and joints in the legs gradually weaken, leading to fatigue and pain when moving. Another issue with bananas for seniors is their potential to increase water retention in the body. The high potassium content in bananas, when combined with a diet high in sodium, which is common in modern eating habits, can lead to fluid retention in the legs. This is particularly dangerous for people with heart or kidney issues. Signs to watch for after eating a banana include a heavy feeling in the legs after meals, stiffness in the calf muscles in the morning, or mild swelling in the ankles by the end of the day. Instead of cutting bananas completely from your diet, consider adjusting how you consume them. Opt for bananas that aren't fully ripe, still slightly green at the ends, as they contain less sugar and more resistant starch. Eat half a banana instead of a whole one, and always pair it with a protein source like nut butter or yogurt to slow down the absorption of sugar. The third fruit on our list is grapes, a small fruit, but one that can cause big problems for senior-like health. Grapes are loved by many for their sweet flavor and heart health benefits. They contain resveratrol, a compound thought to have antioxidant properties and protect the cardiovascular system. However, what's not often mentioned is that grapes are also one of the fruits with the highest natural sugar content. A cup of grapes, about 151 grams, contains up to 23 grams of sugar, mostly in the form of fructose. Fructose is a sugar that is primarily metabolized by the liver, unlike glucose, which is used directly by cells in the body. When too much fructose is consumed, the liver becomes overloaded in processing this sugar. The metabolism of fructose in the liver creates a byproduct called uric acid. In seniors, the ability to eliminate uric acid is often diminished, leading to its buildup in the bloodstream. High uric acid levels are the primary cause of gout, a particularly painful form of arthritis, often affecting the joints in the legs such as the big toe, ankles, and knees. Additionally, the high sugar content from grapes can lead to chronic inflammation in the body. This inflammation affects connective tissues, weakening the tendons and ligaments in the legs, leading to unstable joints and an increased risk of injury while walking. Warning signs after eating grapes include sharp pain in the toe joints, stiffness in the calf muscles upon waking up in the morning, or difficulty walking after sitting for long periods. If you love grapes, there's no need to completely eliminate them. Instead, adjust how you consume them. Limit your intake to 10 to 15 grapes per serving. Eat them after a main meal to slow sugar absorption. And choose red grapes over green grapes when possible. Red grapes contain more resveratrol, which can help counterbalance some of the negative effects of sugar. The fourth fruit we need to discuss is watermelon, a fruit loved in the summer for its high water content and refreshing sweetness. Many people believe that watermelon is a healthy choice because it is made up of 92% water and contains fewer calories than many other fruits. However, what many don't know is that watermelon has a fairly high glycemic index, GI, around 72 on a scale of 100. This index is even higher than some types of sugary desserts. When watermelon is consumed, the sugars in it are quickly absorbed into the bloodstream, causing a sudden spike in blood sugar. The body responds by releasing a large amount of insulin to move the sugar from the blood into cells. In seniors, the ability to regulate insulin is often less effective, leading to erratic spikes and drops in blood sugar levels. These blood sugar fluctuations can cause chronic inflammation in the body, especially affecting sensitive tissues such as nerves and blood vessels in the legs. Over time, this chronic inflammation weakens the structure of small blood vessels, reducing blood circulation to the calf muscles, leading to muscle weakness and decreased mobility. Additionally, watermelon contains a lot of citrulline, a type of amino acid that is converted into arginine in the body. For some seniors, especially those with kidney issues, too much arginine can cause an electrolyte imbalance, which can affect neuromuscular function and lead to symptoms such as leg cramps or muscle weakness. Signs to watch for after eating watermelon include sudden leg fatigue after eating, a dull ache while walking, or mild swelling around the ankles by the end of the day. To consume watermelon safely, limit it to a small slice, about 1 cup of diced fruit at a time, and always eat it after a meal that includes protein and healthy fats. This will slow the absorption of sugar and reduce its impact on blood sugar levels. You should also avoid eating watermelon in the evening when the body has less time to burn off the sugar before bedtime. The fifth fruit on our list is the orange, a fruit known for its high vitamin C content and distinctive tangy sweet flavor. Many seniors choose oranges because of their reputation for boosting immunity. However, what is less often discussed is that oranges contain a relatively high level of citric acid, which can have unwanted effects on leg health. Citric acid in oranges, when absorbed into the body, can increase the acidity of the blood. In seniors, the ability to regulate the body's pH level is often less efficient, leading to prolonged acidosis. This can trigger inflammation in sensitive tissues, particularly the joints and muscles in the legs. Chronic inflammation in the leg joints weakens cartilage, causing stiffness and pain during movement. For seniors who already have joint issues such as arthritis, consuming large amounts of oranges can exacerbate these symptoms. Additionally, oranges contain natural sugars, primarily fructose and glucose. While the sugar content in oranges is not as high as some other fruits, when combined with the high acidity, it can create a double impact on systemic inflammation. Sugar raises insulin levels, while acid triggers inflammatory responses, together creating an ideal environment for chronic inflammation to develop. Signs to watch for after eating oranges include a stiff feeling in the knees upon waking up in the morning, persistent hip pain of unclear origin, or discomfort in the legs after sitting for a long time. To consume oranges safely, limit your intake to half an orange at a time and aim to eat them in the middle of the day when the body can handle acid more effectively. You can also consider less acidic varieties, such as navel oranges or Valencia oranges. A good alternative is mandarins or pink grapefruits, which contain less acid but still offer plenty of vitamin C. If you are particularly sensitive to acidity, consider supplementing vitamin C from lower acid sources such as bell peppers, broccoli, or yellow kiwis, rather than relying entirely on oranges. The sixth fruit on our list is the green apple, a fruit many people choose because of its crisp, tangy sweet flavor and lower sugar content compared to red apples. Green apples are often associated with the saying, "An apple a day keeps the doctor away." They are rich in fiber, vitamin C, and beneficial plant compounds. However, green apples also contain significantly higher levels of malic acid than red apples, which is something to be mindful of, especially for seniors. Malic acid in green apples, when consumed in large quantities, can irritate the digestive system, particularly in older adults who often have more sensitive digestive systems. This irritation can lead to inflammation in the digestive tract, which over time may spread to other systems in the body through a process known as systemic inflammation. When systemic inflammation occurs, pro-inflammatory cytokines are released into the bloodstream and can accumulate in sensitive tissues, including the joints and muscles of the legs. This can exacerbate existing arthritis conditions or even trigger new inflammatory reactions in those with genetic predispositions. Although green apples have less sugar than red apples, they still contain a considerable amount of fructose, a type of sugar that can pose problems for seniors. Fructose is primarily metabolized in the liver, and when consumed in excess, it can contribute to insulin resistance and increased blood lipid levels. These conditions are linked to chronic inflammation and can impact leg health. Signs to watch for after eating green apples include unexplained hip or thigh pain, a warm sensation in the feet, or stiffness in the knees when moving after a period of rest. To consume green apples safely, start with a small amount, around 1/4 to 1/2 of an apple per serving, and always eat them after a main meal to reduce the impact of the acid on your stomach. You can also consider cooking green apples, like making unsweetened applesauce, since the cooking process reduces the acid content. A better alternative is red apples, especially varieties like Gala or Fuji, which contain less acid but still provide most of the nutritional benefits. You might also consider pears, which offer similar fiber and vitamin content but have a much lower acid level. The final fruit on our list is mango, the king of fruits, known for its sweet flavor and rich nutritional content. Mangoes are beloved for their delicious taste and are packed with vitamin A, C, and numerous antioxidants. However, what is less often mentioned is that mangoes are also one of the fruits with the highest natural sugar content. A medium-sized mango contains around 46 grams of sugar. For older adults, such a high sugar content can cause a number of issues. When consumed, the sugar from the mango is rapidly absorbed into the bloodstream, causing a sudden spike in blood sugar. The body responds by releasing a large amount of insulin to move the sugar from the blood into cells. In seniors, this process is often less efficient, leading to prolonged high blood sugar. Prolonged high blood sugar is directly linked to chronic inflammation, a factor that contributes to many health problems, including weakened muscles and joints in the legs. In particular, high blood sugar can damage the small nerves in the legs through a process known as diabetic neuropathy. This condition manifests as symptoms like tingling, numbness, or sharp pain in the feet and lower legs. Additionally, mangoes contain natural compounds called urushiol, which are related to compounds found in poison ivy. In some sensitive individuals, especially seniors with compromised immune systems, urushiol can trigger inflammatory reactions in the skin and subcutaneous tissues, including the tissues in the legs. Signs to watch for after eating mango include a burning sensation in the toes, persistent tingling in the feet, or swelling around the feet in the evening. To consume mango safely, limit your intake to a small slice, about 1/4 of the fruit, per serving, and always eat it after a main meal containing protein and healthy fats to slow the absorption of sugar. You should also avoid eating mangoes in the evening, when the body has less opportunity to burn off the sugar before bedtime. Healthier alternatives to mango include berries like blueberries or strawberries, which have much lower sugar content but are still rich in antioxidants. You might also consider ripe papaya, which provides similar vitamin A content, but with less sugar and contains the digestive enzyme papain. If you truly enjoy the taste of mango, a smart way to enjoy it is by combining a small amount of mango with protein sources like unsweetened Greek yogurt or cottage cheese. This combination not only reduces the sugar's impact on blood sugar levels, but also provides the necessary protein to maintain leg muscle health. We've just explored 7 common fruits that may silently undermine the leg health of older adults. Pineapple with its bromelain enzyme that can cause irritation, bananas with high sugar content and potential water retention, grapes with abundant fructose that can increase uric acid, watermelon with a surprisingly high glycemic index, oranges with citric acid that may worsen joint inflammation, green apples with malic acid that triggers inflammation, and mangoes with their exceptionally high natural sugar levels. But don't worry. There are plenty of healthy fruit alternatives you can enjoy without worrying about negatively affecting your leg health. Let's dive into these excellent choices. Healthy fruit alternatives. Berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries berries are a fantastic choice for older adults. They are low in natural sugar, have a low glycemic index, and are rich in antioxidants like anthocyanins, which help reduce inflammation and protect the small blood vessels in the legs. Aim for 1/2 to 3/4 cup daily, preferably at breakfast or as an afternoon snack. Cherries, especially tart cherries, which contain anthocyanins that help reduce uric acid and inflammation in joints. Studies have shown that regular consumption of cherries can significantly alleviate gout symptoms, a type of arthritis that often affects the legs. Aim for 10 to 12 cherries per day. Avocados. Although technically a fruit, avocados are rich in healthy fats rather than sugars. They contain very little sugar, but are high in monounsaturated fats, which help reduce inflammation and improve insulin sensitivity. Avocados are also a great source of vitamins E and K, which are essential for vascular and bone health. Enjoy 1/4 to 1/3 of an avocado daily. Papaya. Papaya contains the enzyme papain, which helps break down proteins and reduce inflammation. Ripe papaya has a moderate glycemic index and is rich in vitamin A, C, and essential minerals. The enzymes in papaya also aid digestion and reduce overall inflammation in the body. Aim for 1 cup of diced papaya daily. Pears. With a much lower glycemic index than apples, pears are an excellent choice for older adults. They are high in soluble fiber, which helps stabilize blood sugar and reduce inflammation. Pears are also much less likely to irritate the digestive system compared to many other fruits. Enjoy one small to medium pear daily. Important guidelines for protecting your leg health. Pair fruits with protein. Always consume fruit with a protein source like Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or a handful of nuts. Protein slows the absorption of sugar and reduces its impact on blood sugar levels. Best time to eat fruit. It's best to consume fruits during the middle of the day when the body is most capable of processing sugar. Avoid high sugar fruits in the evening or right before bed. Portion control. For most fruits, a serving size of about 1/2 to 3/4 cup is sufficient to provide the vitamins and minerals without overwhelming your blood sugar. Variety is key. Instead of eating the same fruit every day, try to diversify your fruit intake. This ensures a wider array of nutrients and prevents the buildup of any harmful compounds from a single fruit. Exercise. Regular physical activity, especially exercises that strengthen the legs, helps your body use sugar more efficiently and reduces the negative impact of sugar on leg health. Final thoughts. Remember, no food is entirely off limits. The key is balance, moderation, and understanding how your body responds to different foods. By listening to your body and adjusting your diet accordingly, you can continue enjoying fruits without worrying about their impact on your leg health. Lastly, I want to remind you that it's never too late to improve the health of your legs. Small dietary changes today can bring significant improvements in your mobility and quality of life in the years to come. Start today with smarter choices for your next meal. Thank you for watching this video. If you found the information helpful, please share it with your friends and family. Don't forget to leave a comment about your experiences with different fruits and subscribe to the channel for more tips on senior health. Wishing you good health and confidence in every step you take.